Good morning, everyone. Today's session will be regarding immobilized enzymes. So, what is immobilization? It is basically making sure that the particle or the substance is not moving. Okay, it's very important so that it should not move from the medium. So, that process is called as immobilization. Now, when we apply this to our enzymes needs to be immobilized for certain methodologies so that we can apply it outside our body during analysis. So that part is called as immobilized enzyme. Okay, so in this session, we are supposed to be able to define what is an immobilized enzyme, name some of the commonly used immobilizers that we uh, see in the clinical laboratory. We should be able to list two advantages of an immobilized enzyme over non-immobilized enzyme, and you should be able to describe the application of this immobilized enzyme in clinical laboratory using enzymatic test, using any enzymatic test as example where we are applying the immobilized enzymes, right? So as I already told you, enzymes can be used as both catalyst in industrial setting as well as for its clinical applications. Okay, industrially mainly we look at the large scale utilization or application of enzymes, but for clinical application the quantity is comparatively lesser. So what is an immobilized enzyme? Immobilized enzyme is defined as enzyme that is attached to an inert insoluble material. Okay, so a enzyme that is attached to an material, first of all, it is not soluble in the matrix of the sample. Okay, it should not dissolve in plasma or urine. It has to be inert. So the meaning of inert is it should not have a reaction with the enzyme. Okay, it should not have any reactions with the enzyme. So a immobilized enzyme attached to a material that is not giving any reactions, plus it is not soluble in the matrix of the sample that is supposed to be used. The industrial application is example calcium alginate. Okay, so this calcium alginate is produced by reacting sodium alginate with calcium chloride. So for industrial level of immobilization of enzymes, calcium alginate is used. However, within the laboratory, we either use beaded gels, cyanogen bromide, and activated cephalose as our immobilizing agents. Okay, the materials that are supposed to be inert and insoluble. So what are the advantages of these immobilized enzymes? Number one, binding to the solid or an insoluble matrix will not affect the enzyme's chemical or catalytic activity. Okay, because as it is inert, it should be inert. It should not have any effect on the chemical nature of the enzyme or catalytic activity. So the enzyme will remain as a complete functional and structural element within that matrix so that the reaction can be catalyzed. There will be proper utilization of this enzyme. Number one, compared to unbound enzymes, compared to unmobilized enzymes, these bound enzymes can be stored for longer period of time without losing any of this enzyme activity. Okay, so it increases the shelf life. Number two, it will not get affected chemically or in its function when it binds with the immobilizer. Okay, so these two are the advantages of immobilized enzymes. So let us apply this immobilized enzyme in one of the tests that are routinely used in clinical laboratory, that is glucose oxidase peroxidase test. Okay, so you are aware about the glucose oxidase peroxidase test. You know the function where first glucose gets acted upon in the presence of water and oxygen by glucose oxidase to give glucosamine and hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide gets broken down to water and nascent oxygen by the action of peroxidase. Nascent oxygen then oxidizes the color producing compound and gives us a colored compound actually. So we apply this immobilized enzyme where we immobilize both glucose oxidase and peroxidase enzyme and coat it onto a strip of paper. Okay, so these immobilized enzymes, glucose oxidase and peroxidase, along with the color producing agent, is coated onto a strip of paper. So this method is commonly used for detection of glucose in urine. Okay, so the application of glucose oxidase peroxidase test in a solid medium is for detection of glucose in urine. So that is the methodology of glucose oxidase peroxidase in a dipstick method. Okay, where glucose oxidase and peroxidase enzymes are coated onto the strip and they are immobilized. So when you dip it into the sample, the reaction happens, the reaction that you know, the whole principle you have already studied with this enzyme. This reaction happens, a color is generated. So you wait for a few seconds as prescribed in the methodology. Then you compare it with a comparator that is provided along with the dipstick to see what is the semi-quantitative concentration of glucose. So in some places, we prefer to give grading. We give it trace 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. In some areas, we give a rough estimation of the concentration, more than 150, 150 to 200, like that. Something. The different methods have different grading scales, but now every single dipstick method utilizes the immobilized enzymes. That's what I was trying to tell. Okay, so this method is used for semi-quantitative estimation of glucose in urine. So that's the one example we can give where immobilized enzymes are utilized. So that completes the session. Before ending the topic, I'd like to summarize what we have done in today's session. Number one, enzymes are normally used as catalysts in both industrial and clinical applications. Nowadays, because of its high specific nature and ability to produce faster results, okay, compared to chemical methods. So for using this in an either at some level in the industrial application or in the clinical laboratory, we use a method called as immobilizing the enzyme. Okay, so what is immobilizing an enzyme? Enzyme will attach it to a material that is number one inert. That means it's not going to change any chemical or functional properties of enzymes, and it should be insoluble. So when we put the sample, okay, that matrix, the sample matrix, should not dissolve the material. So these two things are to be kept in mind when you are immobilizing the enzyme by attaching it to an inert material and an insoluble material. Okay, example in in industrial application, calcium alginate is used. In clinical applications, we prefer to use beaded gels, cyanogen bromide, and activated saccharose as immobilizers for the enzyme. So this produces two types of advantages. Number one, binding with solid insoluble matrix, however, will not affect the chemical or catalytic activity. So once we are producing and keeping it on the shelf until the testing of that kit, the enzyme activity is not getting affected. So there will be proper catalyzation and proper production of color, which can be correlated to semi-quantitative analysis that we have already seen. So second advantage is once bound, this enzyme will have longer shelf life. Okay, this can be stored for longer period of time without the loss of activity, as immobilization will not affect any chemical or functional properties of enzymes. So to give an example, prefer to use glucose oxidase peroxidase test, okay, that we are using in dipstick method for urine. So glucose oxidase and peroxidase are the enzymes that are used for this methodology, and they are immobilized and coated onto a strip of paper. Okay, for detection of glucose in urine, we dip that paper, wait for some time, and check for color development. So during this period, the principle of glucose oxidase peroxidase method is applied, where glucose will react with the water and oxygen to give glucosamine and hydrogen peroxide, which is catalyzed by the enzyme glucose oxidase. Hydrogen peroxide is then broken into water and nascent oxygen by the activity of peroxidase, and this nascent oxygen will oxidize the chromogen to give a colored compound. Okay, so this principle happens when we are waiting for color generation. Once the color generation is done, we compare it with the a standard comparator to give a semi-quantitative estimation of glucose in urine. So this type of test where an enzymatic methodology is applied requires the enzyme to be immobilized. So that is the application of immobilized enzymes. Within the body, immobilized enzymes do not play any role. There is no immobilization happening within the body. Within the body, only enzymes present, they function normally. But the immobilization is required for performance of same function outside the body in a testing capacity. Okay, so that is what the summary of this session.